Hello guys, welcome. Today we'll be making this sleeve pattern. As you can see, it looks a little bit different from the previous sleeve that I have made, and I prefer this one. I think it's better, it's curvy. As you can see, we're going to be making this for my blazer jacket, but you can go ahead and use it for any pattern. As you can see, it has got a different front. As you can see, the front is more curvy than the back. So let's get straight into doing just that. To begin with, to know how much paper I used, I got my bicep, which is the largest, and I added about 3 inches to it. You can add 2 inches. Then the total length, the total width of the paper, I got the midpoint of the paper so that I could use this as the center line. Okay, so the length of my sleeve is going to be 22 inches, so I'll use the center to make my center line of 22 inches. After that, this point over here is going to be called the shoulder line because your sleeve cap starts from the shoulder. So I'll just label this as shoulder line. So for the vertical measurements from the shoulder line there, which is like the shoulder point, to the bicep, which I'm going to use 6 inches because I'm making a blazer. So you can use 4 or 5 inches if you're making an actual shirt. And this will be a bicep line. Or you can use a formula of bust circumference divided by 12 plus 1 for a usual shirt. That will give you your sleeve cap height, or the distance from the shoulder line to the bicep. I'm just putting in the vertical measurements. Then from the shoulder line to my elbow is measuring 11 inches, which I'm just going to mark there. Okay, then we draw a horizontal line on the elbow line. And we can go ahead and mark this line as the elbow line. It's just an E. Then at the bottom here we have our wrist. Okay, so this line will represent the wrist. Then after this, we can go ahead and put in our horizontal measurement. So my bicep was measuring 13 inches. So I'll add 6.5 inches at one side of the center line. And even at the other side, we're going to add 6.5 inches. My elbow was measuring at 11 inches, so we'll add 5.5 inches at this side, and at the other side 5.5. This is just dividing the total length into 2, the total circumferences into 2. Then my wrist was measuring 9 inches, so we'll add 4.5 inches, 4.5 inches. Okay, we're dividing this by 2. Then we can go ahead and join these lines, guys. Sorry, my voice is a little bit hoarse. I have got a flu, but I still needed to do this. So we can go ahead and join. So we're joining the elbow to the wrist. Then we join the bicep to the elbow line. Like that. Then we can make some sort of a triangle. We're going to join the tip of the bicep to the shoulder line like this. And even at the other side, we'll do the same. Then you choose which part will be your front and which part will be your back. So my front will be this part and my back will be this side. Then measure this line and get the midpoint. So mine is measuring 9 inches. If you divide that by 2, you get 4.5. So I'll label this at 4.5. Just make a dot here. Hope you guys can see it. So this is a midpoint of 9 inches. Then for each half, we're going to divide it into 2. So just for a quick method like this, or you can divide 4.5 divided by 2 or whichever number you have. Then even here, we're going to also divide this other half into 2. And we have a total of 4 pieces, 4 parts of this line. So at this line, which is closest to the bicep, go down by 0.5 inches. Then the one closest to the shoulder line, you go up by 0.75 inches, like this. Okay, then we join from here to this line, to the center line, then to this line, then up to the top. Just do that first. Alright guys, so I use my free hands for this. You can use your curve ruler for it. Then for this other side, we're going to divide this into 3 equal parts. So it's measuring 9 inches, meaning 9 divided by 3 will be 3 inches. So I'll mark at 3, at 6, and at 9, and I'll have 3 equal parts. So just divide whatever number you have at the back side by 3. Then measure that to get 3 equal parts. Okay. So from this line which is at the bottom, we're going to divide it into 2. Of course, 3 divided by 2 will give us 1.5 inches. So with this line, we're going to go down by 0.5 inches, like this. Okay, we just divided this bottom uh, line by 2. We got the midpoint of it. Then from this line, we'll go up by 0.75. Okay, then we'll curve these points together. So I'll use my free hand again. Like that, guys. Then I'll just put in the marker. I use the marker just for you guys to see much better. So I use the curve ruler this side, but I decided to just use my free hand as usual. And here's what we got, guys. Turned out so nice. So you can also put sewing allowance of 0.5 inch around. And you can also measure your sleeve cap according to what you're making. So a little bit of excess from the sleeve cap should not worry you that much. Like maybe let's say if you've got an excess of 0.5 inch or 1 inch, you shouldn't worry that much. I think it's better if the sleeve cap is a little bit bigger. So I've added in my sewing allowance with pencil, which I'll trace in with the marker later. Then I just decided to wrap these parts, these lines that I had made. And I've used my green marker for the zero 0.5 that I've added around, and here is what we got.